Oh my God! Hey everybody, it's Adam and Josh, Broken Heads. Hi-oh!
Adam and Josh, broken heads. Adam and Josh gonna make you dead. Welcome back to our cool show. I'm gonna start
Wow.
ready to go. So, anyways, folks, thank you for being here. I want to get right into it because I got some issues with you, pal. For those of you who aren't aware, Adam and we were on another vlogger's show last week. It's a show that basically does some movie reviews,
Yes,
and they're not the typical Adam movie reviews.
not at all. Oh my God, were they bad? Go ahead. I'm
Well,
sorry.
yes, it was the second time that I've done it, and the first time we did, I don't even remember. It was like I'm Not Your Girl, which was okay. That was actually an okay movie, and then the other one was Prom or something like that. It was a James Corden one.
Prom night.
James Corbin went prom. It wasn't Prom Night, Deadly Night, no. But anyways, it was a musical, which I'm not into.
Oh,
And so the movies that we were reviewing this last time was the music movie, which is that Sia movie,
probably
which
no one even knows what that is. Oh my God,
well, I'm sure they do. I think most of the folks that we have here are learned folks,
folks.
and they know that they've heard of that movie. I'm gonna willing to bet that 80%, if not more, because
Okay.
most of these people are on my side of my life. Okay, and they know shit.
Maybe they
Okay,
do. Maybe you're right.
but I want to get to this because okay, so
What can
folks,
it
as I said,
read?
we talked about music, see a movie, which again I boycotted because I've got friends that had asked us to do so because it's portrayal of folks on the spectrum.
This.
And the second movie was Nomadland, which with Frances McDormand, which I thought was very good. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. I think the other two, I think one person, four of us, so it was Adam, myself, and two others. So I gave it a 9.5. I think someone else gave it a 9.5, and then the other person gave it a 9, maybe. And then we get to my pal Adam. And Adam, would you regale the story of the grade you gave the award nominated Nomadland?
I gave it a 3.
Gave it a 3, folks. He gave it a
Three.
3. He was disappointed because he thought Frances McDormand was going to should have killed somebody, or was
I
going
was
to kill
yeah,
somebody.
I was expecting her to flip out and murder somebody and kill her in her van. I thought that would have been great. That would have added a nice twist to that boring ass movie.
See, and here's the thing, folks. So when it comes to what Adam likes, and I think what other people like, is a body count.
That's it, huh?
Or let's see. Well, because I started, I'm going to go with you. I want you to hear this. So I started naming off some Academy Award nominated movies that I've seen because Adam asked me to, and I started naming off several, asking if Adam had seen any of these, and we didn't fare so well. So I'm going to go ahead again because I want people to understand where I'm coming from. And again,
Please,
I'm not. This
please
isn't a
do.
slight. You're my pal. I love you like my pal. But when it
Really?
comes to movies, you and I just don't see eye to eye.
Not with the new school. Maybe
Not
the
with the
old
new again,
school. We'll get to
the
that
old
after. But
school.
go ahead, read
Old
off
school.
your Academy
Yeah.
Award.
So let's go ahead. 1917.
No,
You've not seen that movie.
no.
Okay. This next one. This was big a couple years ago. Joker, Joaquin Phoenix.
It looked really good. I never saw it.
I mean, there was at least a body count in that. People got killed. Why
It
didn't
looked
you
like
watch that?
it looked very depressing. I didn't want to get into that zone.
The next movie is Jojo Rabbit, which is a favorite of mine. I actually bought this movie rather quickly. Um, did you see Jojo Rabbit?
Is that the character from Star Wars?
That is not the character from Star Wars. I don't even know where to begin to think about what character you're talking about.
Jojo Fett. What's the guy? What's the name?
Lando Calrissian? What are you talking
Oh,
about?
what's that character? Jojo Fett.
Boba
Jojo.
Fett.
Yeah.
Boba Fett.
Oh, okay. It's
There's Boba Fett, and then yeah. Oh,
Jojo Fett. No, I didn't see that.
okay. Now this one, it sounds like you did. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I saw that. I did see that. I thought it was pretty good.
Who did that star? I just want to make sure you did see this.
That was Leonardo and Brad
Da
Pitt.
Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci.
Yes, there was
Okay.
those two and a slew of others.
Okay, so that's
that was
one.
a very interesting movie. I liked where they went with that, especially with the Charles Manson side ending into
Yeah,
the
it was a fantasy ending, right? Because obviously we know in real life, those people ended up going to the house
yes, they did pull it
and
off.
murder everybody there,
Yes, that's right.
and it was horrific. And back when I was in criminal justice, we actually had to see the crime scene photos of that, and it was difficult to see.
Tate, Su- Tate.
Yeah.
What was her
Uh,
first? Start with a S.
well, who's the director there? Who left?
Yeah,
Roland Polanski.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
Roland Polanski's place,
Yep.
and it's Sandra. Whatever. Anyways, it
Yo,
was
yo.
difficult.
Did you hear the backstory on how that even happened? Why Charles Manson even did all that? Yo, did you know Charles Manson hooked up with the Beach Boys?
So like he
Brian
sexually had
Wilson.
sex with all of them.
No, he got in with Brian Wilson trying to like do music with him.
Really?
That's like having Brett want to hang out with us. Could you imagine if Charles Manson's like, "Hey man, I want to play some music with you. I want to sing," and Brian Wilson's
Listen,
like, "Okay, pal."
so I'm not a fan of Mr. Charles Manson. From what I understand, Charles Manson was very good at speaking. Okay, and he was able to lasso a lot of these young kids who were hippies, right? And they were into whatever, but he had that way about him. He was able to get a captivated audience and kind of lure unsuspecting people around him from what he said. And obviously, it turned out to be a horrific fucking detail, but
It's
yeah, I
because
did
of
hear
the
about that.
music. He wanted to be a musician, and he never became one. Obviously,
Well,
like
it's like
successful.
Adolf Hitler. He wanted to be an artist, and he actually tried to get into the school of artistry in France and was denied.
Oh, great.
Imagine how things would have turned out if
Yeah,
he was accepted. Can you just
exactly.
imagine that for a moment?
I can't
Would
even
have
imagine.
things changed, or would they still end up going down a very scary road?
I don't know about
So
that. Yeah, that's very, very
Once
odd.
Upon a Time in Hollywood, you saw, and
I
that
did.
one I'll give you because it's violent, it's up your alley, so I can see
Oh,
that.
okay, yeah, yeah. Well, and I will say, the only thing I didn't like about that movie is how they depicted Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee would have certainly kicked the shit out of a stuntman.
They
Okay,
made Bruce Lee kind of a dick in that movie.
I don't appreciate that. I was a
I
little
think his
offended.
daughter like
Yeah,
went out and said something about that. She was
yeah,
like,
he
and
did.
then
Had every right to. A fucking
I think
stuntman's gonna beat up Bruce Lee?
right.
No, I don't
Yes.
think
And then
so.
Tarantino like tried to like smooth that. He's like, well, I was being ironic and blah blah blah. But okay, so
All
here's
right.
another one. Here's another one. The Shape of Water.
No.
Do you know what that is about?
Well, yeah, like when you go to the bathroom and the ripples in the toilet when you take a piss, is that have anything to
That's
do with
right, because
the shape of
you
the
do
toilet?
shape water that way. No, it
Shape
has
of the
nothing to do with that.
toilet or the shape
No,
of
it's
water?
about romance and love, and that there are no boundaries, even if you fall in love with a sea creature. Okay,
I mean, I'm not saying these aren't cool. Like these probably could be. It's like when I was a kid, my
but you'll
parents
never
would say,
watch them.
but let me give you a great example. When I was a kid, my parents would be like, "We're going to a play. We're going to see a play," and me and my brother would be like, "Oh man, come on, man, we don't want to do that dumb shit." We'd go maybe quarter of the time, maybe half time, be like, "Oh man, that shit was pretty good actually," but we wouldn't do it on our own. We wouldn't do it on our
Even
own.
though, even though you enjoyed it, and on some sort of level, it had to change your outlook on things.
I mean, it was more just in the moment of time. It wasn't like it didn't stay with us because it wasn't like, hey, can we go see more plays? You know what I mean? Like that was it. That was not. No, we're not doing it anymore, right? Okay, cool. But I did like that. The same thing with the movies. Like I may like it, but I'm not. I gotta get to the point where I actually want to sit down and watch it, and that's gonna be very
Well,
hard.
that's what I want to understand. I want to dissect your brain. What does it take for you to say, you know what? I want to actually either pay to see that movie, but obviously nowadays things have changed, or I'll see that pay per view. What does it take for
Or
you
what?
to spend money on movies?
All right. So here's my mo. Like I like to go back and revisit old movies.
What about new movies?
It's got to be something's got to be
Do
there
you
to
just
invoke.
wait? Do you wait until they become old and then you can say, okay, they're old movies, I can watch them now?
Well, I have to have seen it and then I can revisit. It something has to spark in my imagination when I'm watching like the trailer or something to lure me in. And I'll be honest, I don't watch enough trailers anyway because I don't watch a lot of TV. So I don't
What
watch
is it
I don't
that
watch a
that
lot of
lures you in? Is it Jason's mask? What is it that you have to see that lures you in?
there is no specific lore. Something has to spark in my imagination. It has to link what I'm seeing to my brain, and they have to merge, and then they have to kind of like make out, and then I may want to be inspired enough to sit down and watch it.
So these movies I'm going over are incredible movies that I think you would enjoy. I think most people do. Parasite. Do you ever see Parasite?
No, I don't. No, parasites are disgusting.
You see, here's the problem. I think you take the title for what it's worth, and like, okay, this movie's about a parasite.
No,
This movie's about The Shape of Water. This movie's about a rabbit named Jojo.
Shape of Water. What? I don't.
This
I don't want to know about a Shape of Water. What is that?
this movie's about a war that took place in 1917. Okay, well that one actually did, but still, I think you're looking at these titles for face value and saying that's what it means. I don't like it.
I
Ford v
never heard of
Ferrari.
it.
Did you see Ford v Ferrari? Ford versus
No,
Ferrari. I mean, it's a true
like
story, and it's an exciting story.
that one might actually tickle my fancy a little bit.
I
Actually,
particularly fancy. Are you into sci-fi at all?
man, not really.
Did you see Ad Astra with Brad Pitt?
No,
Okay, another war movie, Dunkirk.
no. I really don't watch many war movies.
First Man,
On the
Arrival,
moon, Lance
Spotlight.
Armstrong.
How about
No,
The Revenant? You saw Leo DiCaprio in the other movie. Did you see Leo DiCaprio and The Revenant?
no,
That was from 2015.
never heard of it. I
You
did
never
watch.
heard of it?
I did watch The Departed. Did that win an award?
Probably did.
Okay, why watch that? That's
So
great.
see, so okay, hack and slash and gangster films, right? Are these two areas that you are into?
I like those, and I also like the thriller suspense. I like those.
Even though I told you to watch a movie made back in the early 1980s
Yeah,
that
I got
features Bobby De Niro,
it on my list.
James Woods,
Once upon a time,
Once Upon a Time in America, and you still haven't seen it.
I told you I am not a TV guy anymore. So
It's the Jewish mafia, so it's right up your alley. I
it's
mean,
a three and
L'chaim.
a half hour movie for crying
Who
out loud.
cares?
That takes a lot of commitment for someone that doesn't watch a lot of movies or TV. I'm sure you can appreciate
Did
that.
you see Hacksaw Ridge?
I saw Jim Duggan. Did he wrestle Mr. Perfect?
And what's up with that too? He had his little 2x4, and he has to go
Wasn't that the
like
best?
he's having a seizure. He's like
He really,
I'm feeling up.
I got to tell you, in September, now you may want to go with this with me. There is what they call some sort of horror festival in Atlantic City. Now, mind you, it says pretty much horror, but Hacksaw Jim Duggan is going to be there.
What the hell? Is he's still alive?
Yeah, he is.
How
He's
old
gonna
is Hacksaw Jim Duggan right now?
I don't know. He's got to be like 60,
I think he's gonna be older than that.
62. That's my guess. What's your guess? Come on, give me a guess before you look it up. Don't cheat.
I think he's 70.
No way. Holy shit. That sounds way too old.
Okay, so we split the difference. He's 67.
Oh, damn. That's older than I
So
thought.
I was closer than you were.
Now, let me ask you, because back in the day, and what I recall, and I think you will know the answer, on The Price is Right. I'm sorry. Yeah. On The Price is Right. 67. That's pretty old. On The Price is
Dude,
Right.
most of those wrestlers are that the wrestlers that we watched in the early to mid 80s are that old.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Most of them are
figured
dying.
at least 60, but I didn't know. I didn't think that high. I mean, because, when we were like kids, they were probably like mid 20s, something like that.
But go ahead. So you were saying.
Well, whatever.
Actually, you're saying two things. You're talking about some sort of horror fest
There's a horror fest in September. And
with Hacksaw on it. Okay.
he's going to be there, and I really want to go to this. And you know who else is going to be there?
I don't know.
You'll never believe it.
Pam Anderson. I don't know. Maybe some Academy Award-winning actress. Like, I don't know. Meryl Streep.
The fucking kid from Don't Tell Mom and Adventures in Babysitting.
The dishes are done, man.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, those are A-list celebrities you're talking about there, pal.
But all right, never mind that. You can shake hands or get an autograph from the kid who was in Adventures and fucking
Yeah.
babysitting, and
Let me ask you:
that
what are
doesn't
you
mean
gonna do with
anything to
that?
you?
You gonna take that and put it on eBay?
Hell no, I'll put it in my studio. Put it
Yeah,
on the
you gotta
wall.
put your little 5x7 card signed. Dishes are done, man. Quote
Yeah, what if
unquote.
he wrote that? What if he wrote "Dishes are done, man"? Yo, that is fucking cool. I would love to meet him, man. Those movies are fucking they're classic. You tell me,
Listen,
don't tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead is not classic.
a classic.
You're only a little older than me. You're gonna tell me that's not classic.
It's okay.
Adventures of
It's okay. It's
Babysitting.
classic. I mean,
Adventures of
it's an
Babysitting.
'80s movie. It's an '80s movie. You
Adventures
know.
of Babysitting, not classic.
What about Whiplash? Do you like J.K. Simmons?
J.K. Rowling? No, I
Not
don't. Never
J.K.
heard.
Rowling, and no one likes her now. But do you like J.K. Simmons?
No,
He's
I
the
don't.
"We Are Farmers." Bum, 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 bum. He's that guy. He also played J. Jonah Jameson on Spider-Man.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Whiplash is a great movie. It's a fantastic, one of my favorites.
Is it better than
And I'm
Adventures of
telling you,
Babysitting?
listen, I think so.
What?
Like
Absolutely.
one best friend to another. I'm telling you, these are movies that I went out and purchased and I like. Like
Wait a minute.
I show this movie Whiplash to people who, if someone comes to my house and they're hanging out with me and we've got nothing to do, and I'm like, listen, have you seen Whiplash? Like, no. I'm like, fuck, let's watch it. It's good stuff.
That's funny.
Great
All right.
stuff.
Next time I come over, you're gonna say, "Hey, did I ask you if you watch Whiplash?
I'm like, did you
wanna
see
watch it right
Whiplash? Like, you see my baseball? And you're gonna be like, no, I haven't seen Whiplash. I'm gone. But you'll watch Three Stooges all day long. But you won't watch these movies, which are fantastic and just
Okay.
change the outlook on people.
Have you ever watched Brooklyn's Finest?
No.
Oh God, you really missed out. I don't think it won an award, but it should have because it was very, very good.
Who was in this movie? I've
Great
never heard of
acting.
it.
Ethan Hawke, Don Cheadle, Wesley Snipes, Tom.
It almost sounds like a remake of what was that? The Stallone one there, Copland.
Nah, it's not like that. In fact, you know who was in it? Fucking Thor from Adventures in Babysitting was in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in it.
Was he a jackass like he was in the movie?
This isn't $50.
Yeah, he was like a total
Get
dick.
out. Yeah, he had a small part in the beginning, but
I want to talk more movies, but the problem is that everybody's doing movie talks. You know that?
you know what? Nobody does it like we do. Now,
Nobody does it better.
Speaking of which, there was a great debate on Facebook here for the older people that follow our page that I had to get Josh involved in. And when I saw his answer, I was a little taken back, and I want to kind of set it up here so we can discuss. The question was posed between four movies in the 80s. What was number one? They had Terminator, Robocop, Predator, and do you recall?
I don't even remember.
Shit. Robocop, Terminator, Predator. I'm going to pull it up as we discuss. So anyway, he said, what's your top? What's your number one? So my number one, and yeah, it was a little bit challenging to pick because these are great movies. However, I went with Terminator as my number one. And I asked Josh, I said, Josh, what's your favorite? And he had the nerve to say, here we go, I got it right here.
Riding the fence, pal.
Aliens was the other one. He had the nerve to say RoboCop or Predator. And I couldn't, first of all, Predator, they're all great movies, but pick one, number one. Pick one, not two, one. Which one is it going to be? RoboCop or Predator?
For somebody who hasn't seen a slew of Academy nominated movies, and you can't even tell, you know what, I can do what I want. And I decided I don't want to break up Predator, and I don't want to break up RoboCop. Those are two fantastic movies, and I'm not going to, it's Sophie's choice, and this Sophie isn't making a choice. By the way, have you seen Sophie's Choice?
I think I did a long time ago.
Who was in that?
It's been
Don't
so
you lie
long.
to me. Don't you lie to me.
no, I do remember that. I do from when I was a
I
kid.
can't see you seeing Sophie's Choice.
I think I had to watch it with my parents or something. I can't really remember what it's about, but I remember the movie. I remember the
It
name.
was Meryl Streep, and she had to decide which child lived and which child died. It was
Didn't
a
your
choice she had to
mother
make.
decide that as well between you and one of your?
Yes, and I came on top, thank Christ, because I had a twin brother inside of me, so inside of her, and I ended up winning that one. I think it was just a coin toss.
Thank God. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Otherwise, we never would be
Thanks,
doing this.
pal. I
Well, look,
appreciate that.
the bottom line is that he asked to pick one. You have one choice. Pick.
No.
I'm going to pick for you. You're going to pick Predator over RoboCop. I think you want. I think if it push came to shove, you would pick Predator.
So I'll tell you now, I own Predator. I don't own RoboCop, but that's only
Ding, ding,
because
ding, ding.
I was just able to get Predator in 4K for $4.99.
Ooh, that's a good deal.
That's a very good deal, which is why I jumped all over it.
Well, now what if RoboCop and Predator were both in the same location for $5, and you can only buy one because you only have $5 on you? Which one are you getting?
Oh, that's a tough call.
They're both in 4K.
Like when it comes
Both $5.
to pound for pound, like straight up one-liners, like RoboCop's got it.
Yeah, RoboCop all day for one-liners. I agree with
Yeah,
you.
you
I agree.
know. But when it comes to like pure enjoyment,
Yes.
I don't know. But it's tough because then I start looking at RoboCop. I mean, some of those special effects were incredible, and the Ed 209 battle.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of great scenes. I
We're
really need
talking
to talk
about
to you.
we're talking about a alien life force that is invisible and shoots like laser beams and shit. It's like you
Yes,
can't defeat it. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
that concept was like next level.
And I got to tell you, I love Billy. He was my favorite. Remember who he was? He was the Indian.
I was just gonna say, yeah, with grabbing
Yeah.
the.
Did you know he was a porn star?
Yeah, he was good, but guess what? He served no purpose in the movie.
I know, and that's why I'm angry because he came off as this spiritual
Yeah,
badass,
yeah.
right? And then, so his final, climactic scene, he's like, "You go, I'll stay here," right?
Yeah.
And then he takes his giant knife out, all right, and he like just puts it on his chest, and then he kind of slowly draws it down and cuts himself open. Then you see the view from the Predator, and hopefully you're going to be inserting this piece in. Then this is where I get angry. Because cut to Arnold running down the fucking little whatever he's done running the pathway, and you hear Billy scream.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking scream. He's gonna fucking die, and he's gonna die like a fucking man, like a fucking badass friggin' special ops dude he is. Oh no! Got me out, man. He's gonna friggin' like die sticking a knife into the alien, or if he doesn't see the alien, he's not gonna like, oh. So that bothers me. That part from Predator bothers me.
The only thing I would say is because of his culture, he was more spiritual. So the spirit was calling him, and he was like, "All right, I have to do."
He's not gonna scream. His character is not gonna scream.
Well, he got screamed because, like, the Predator basically probably stood in front of him, invisible, and then he showed himself in real life.
Then fine. Then he would have jumped on us and stabbed him in the neck with a giant friggin' knife. Billy was a badass, and to make him scream like that, really hurt his character, and I really was offended by that because Billy should have said, "You know what? Billy wouldn't scream during this death scene." I know they had to make it seem like that's how he died. So I guess we would let the scream, you wouldn't know, but still, you could have done something.
It was really an off-screen killing, is what it was.
Right.
You never saw him die.
But you could have made like through the alien's eyes. You could have seen like Billy get thrown off the bridge or something.
I would have liked to have seen that. I wonder if there was a debate on that. How we
got a little scream like, "Oh, you got the alien."
Well, listen. You know what? As Predator is my number 2, but how do you feel about the Terminator? Because that movie is absolutely incredible.
Well, Terminator was definitely ahead of itself.
I mean, I'm talking.
It's very dated now when you watch it.
Not at all.
It is. It is that one scene where you see the friggin' little. That's like in the future, right? And you always see like the Terminators are walking around the skulls. That scene on that movie was so cheesy. It looks so bad nowadays.
You know what? I've watched that like twice in the last year, and I never like see that and look at it that way. I just, yo,
I
that
give
movie.
it I give it higher props than I give T2. Like T2 was a money grab, right? It was a big time
I
production,
like that. I like
you
that.
know. But
Okay.
I rank Terminator higher than T2 just out of
I
the
do too.
movie and the story and the acting and the characters, you
Yes,
know.
I
T2
do.
had all the money behind it and was able to do a lot more special effects, but
I'm
I
yeah,
think
T2,
Terminator,
yeah. T2 special effects and all that was sick. Like
yeah,
storyline was sick. It definitely sick
hasta la
movie.
vista.
I'll be back. But yo,
I'll
the
be back.
first one, forget about it. Yo, that shit was like a horror sci-fi movie, like wrapped in one. That shit and like the robot, like it looks so evil with the red little eyes and shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
just wouldn't stop.
Plus, it
After
was better that he played a badass, and instead of the savior in the second one. Like it's better to see
well, speak of the devil, did you
Schwarzenegger.
see the last Terminator?
I don't. Even, I've seen so many Terminators and some out of like I don't even know what the last one was.
I'm
Who
gonna
was in it?
tell you, I just watched it a couple weeks ago. It was good. It was good.
Was it Christian Bale?
No. That was like an earlier one. What's the new one? Dark Fate.
Oh, I think that was the girl. Was that
They
the
were in Mexico.
Daenerys Targaryen? Was she in that one?
Jared Targaryen?
No. So
Tardugo?
she was. Was she the girl? Why you gotta do that? I think the girl that was in Game of Thrones who played
Oh, I wouldn't know that. Because
what's
you
it
know
called?
that. What? Dark
What was the
Fate?
movie called? Terminator Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Terminator Dark
Yo,
Fate.
Linda Hamilton got fucking. Oh man, she did not age as gracefully.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No, this wasn't what I was
Why is
talking
her
about.
eyes all red? Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
she's how old is she?
I don't know, man. Oh, she's 64, but like she does.
Is she
Yo, but
64?
yo,
She's a
the
hard
first.
64.
That's what I mean. Yo, the first. She looks like a dude now. Yo, but in the first
Oh
Terminator,
yeah.
yo, she looked good in the
That-
first Terminator.
oh yeah. Well, and I'll tell you, she even looked better the second. Like she was cut. They were showing her working out.
Yeah.
She I
That.
think she was more cut in the second one than she was in the first one, but
Yeah,
she
the first
looked
one, she was
too
she was just
muscular.
cute because she was
Yeah.
young. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All that.
Well,
But
yeah. But
but
dude,
yo,
she
this
looks she looks pretty raw.
she does. But this Dark Fate was pretty legit, and Arnold was another T2 savior. He was a
Of
savior in
course
this.
he was. Yeah, they send him back. What series is he?
Oh yeah, the T2 T. Yeah, I
Ed
forget.
Ed T209s.
Yo, one
And
thing
oh
I'll
wait,
say.
he was a Spark. I think he was a Spark T8 Terminator 2.
32 car. I am a smart.
SSD drives.
Yo, man, one thing in this movie was kind of cool. Like they finally go to like some sort of like cabin in the woods, and Arnold is there living with his wife, and he goes, "It's not sexual." No
In this
shit.
Dark Fate,
Yeah. He's like, "It's not sexual."
is he a robot in this, or is he turning? Is it like Pinocchio, where the robot turns into a real boy?
He's the robot like in T2, but he's human on the outside. He's got
But
real.
he jumped down into that fire pit, got melted. Man, how is he still alive?
Oh my god, you're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he was.
He
But
must have
he
been
was.
another one sent back. He was another one sent back. They must have sent him back a few times.
I don't know, cause what's her name was like, "You bastard, I hate you. You killed my son." Like blah blah blah. It was kind of weird. Like
By
through
the way, that kid who played the young,
Edward.
yeah, well, in the T2, that kid was Edward Furlong. He's from New Hampshire.
Really?
Yeah, they found him in like some sort of arcade.
Holy
Um,
shit! Why couldn't
yeah,
that be?
I'm looking at his picture. He's looking pretty rough too. Yes, he's looking pretty
Yeah, he
rough.
was in American History X too, like around the
That's
same.
right.
Ugh.
Ah, put your mouth on the curb.
Ah, God, I'm
The
not watching.
sound of the teeth. The sound of the teeth.
I ain't watching that movie again.
Yeah, there's some scenes from movies that like you just go, "Ugh,"
Yeah,
and that's
mouth on
one of them.
the
That's
curb.
yeah, it just
Well,
stomps away.
I had never heard of that before until that movie. Had
I
you?
know,
I
no,
never heard of somebody doing that. Put
no.
your mouth on the curb. Put your mouth on the curb.
Yeah.
Whoa. Holy fuck, dude.
I've told people where to put their mouths before, but certainly not on a curb. I'll tell you that much. Shit.
Wow.
Well,
It sounds like Predator's your number one, and that's
well,
respectable.
you can say that. I'm gonna keep my babies together. They are twins. They are twins. But anyways, folks, I hope you liked it. I mean, do you think we should do some more movie stuff down the road? Are you into this? Can someone comment? Because we'd love to have somebody comment and say, "Yo, we like the movie content. Everybody else is doing it. Why can't we?"
And we're doing old movies. We're not doing new movies, right? We're talking about RoboCop. First of all, we can do
Yeah.
Van Damme, Seagal. We can go all those
We
places.
can. It does open up. It does open up a pretty large universe. Of course, though, I need you to start to kind of moving your movie views a little more out there and get a little more mainstream. Watch Whiplash, by the way. I'm telling you, great movie. But before you watch Whiplash, you gotta watch Once Upon a Time in America.
You know, I watched. What was the one?
3 hours.
What was the one with De Niro, Pacino, and Pesci that Scorsese?
The Irishman.
I watched that. That was
you watched that, but you can't watch Once Upon a Time in America. And plus, The Irishman had that stupid computer, the CGI over the face, which I can't stand.
Oh,
I thought it was horrible. It was distracting.
You know what? Yeah. Did you read about this before you watched it, or while you were watching?
No, I knew it was gonna come. I'd heard that they had done that.
Exactly, you had heard, and it distorted your perception.
Because there are other movies that are being done that look good now.
Well, they were the first, right? Somebody's got to.
I think there were some of the first. I think Tron, did it to it, and I watched that the other day, the second Tron, and that looked really bad too.
Okay,
that was horrible.
What? It's like when fucking Nintendo 64 came out. Those games now probably suck.
Or
but
Sega Genesis.
It was like, wow, 3D, wow. But back now, you look at it, you're like, that game blows.
Yeah, but then again, those games are worth a shit ton because people like this retro crap. You know what I'm saying? They're holding on to them, and it's worth a lot of money. So
speaking of,
there's obviously a market.
One last debate. Maybe we'll cut this into 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Fucking Nintendo 64 Mario Kart versus Super Nintendo Super Mario World.
So I was never into Nintendo. You're forgetting. What? So I grew up a Sega guy.
Sega baby?
I was a Sega guy.
Oh, come on.
And then I turned into a PlayStation guy.
You son of
I had a Super Nintendo. I had an NES.
Well, of course you should have. I hope.
I remember playing
You didn't play Super Mario World?
Metal Gear. I remember playing Metal Gear a lot.
Yeah, that was good. That was
no.
What's
all
right,
so I can't give an answer.
I just assumed that, unfortunately, that you grew up playing.
I just assumed you watched all these award-winning movies, but you never did. So, there you have it.
You're right. Very stupid to assume. All right, folks. Well, yes, getting back to the movie topic, we're here to discuss your favorites and not favorites. That probably will be our favorites. So we'll talk about everything.
Let us know if you got one that we want us to discuss and put our little broken head spin on it, because we'll be more than happy to do it.
We do. We can get really into it. We get revved up, you blow it up, we party.
You party. Don't worry. You can do it on the boat. Great, Dad.
That's good. All right, guys. Until the next time, we'll talk to you real soon.
You got it real soon. We'll see you real soon.
Let's go.